John, you were kind of getting at this point, but I think it relates to this post-Watergate fiction that the left has put out through the media, that the Department of Justice is in constant little bubble, not touching anything else, which we know to be a complete lie coming out of the Biden administration, how massively coordinated these things are, and still are. You're seeing state actions being projected that, were federal interests, and that's how the people going after the alternate electors, such that they're called, works. It is a massive coordinated effort, and it is an absolute, psychological signaling that the people who are behind such convoluted and coordinated lawfare now want to pretend the DOJ needs to be absolutely left alone and separated from any sort of, leadership from the new Trump administration. And I think that is going to be their chief talking point. And to accept that means that you can't neutralize the weaponization that has happened. That'll just continue by inertia of the beast. That's why they're proffering that talking point. And so I think you hit on something hugely important. And then, Nick, on the topic of big law, I'm glad, and Doug, I'm glad that you guys were able to secure some amount of pro bono willingness from folks. But I'll just note, after President Trump rightfully issued those executive orders and, the deals with the law firms, we at the Oversight Project sent out letters to every 100 law firms of all these types and stripes, asked them each for $10 million to set aside so we could pay for, pro bono assistance to our friends and allies to kind of, get the system back on par. We'll be coming out with what we'll call a report card, and I'll tell you right now, that's basically all Fs. No one really gets a passing grade. And so there have been some marginal things, but as a whole, big law is on the same trajectory as it was from before President Trump.